What happens when you build a solo off of only 2 notes? Well, I'm not talking about only using 2 notes in the solo. I'm talking about using 2 notes as a way to create a springboard and as a way to come home. It's a way to ground the listener into some familiarity, and that's where you create little trails that kind of go off and then come back and make it super interesting yet comfortable for the listener. And I'm a listener even as I'm playing it. This way of building solos has been huge in helping me develop melody and incorporate licks that I like to play that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to find a way to tie them into a real musical situation. So I'm excited for you guys to learn and explore this way of building solos. Let's get started. We're going to learn the entire solo that you just heard as a way to apply this method of building a solo off of only 2 notes. And be sure to download the tabs and the track so you can learn exactly what I did and then take it way further with your own playing. So here are my 2 notes. 12th fret, 15th fret, a B and a D. And the first conversation I have with these 2 notes goes like this. So even just playing these 2 notes, paying careful attention to how you attack the notes with your pick. When does your vibrato come in? How intense is your vibrato? And then as you meet the other notes, as you journey away from these 2 notes, what happens with those notes? When does your vibrato kick in? How hard are you picking them? Are you getting a little bit of artificial harmonic in there to... I don't know, maybe not. But that's a sentence. That is a way for you to express yourself as you diverge from your 2 home notes. We create one of those trails by infusing our hook that we've created based off of these 2 notes with this lick. I'll play that several more times for you. And this note is this note. So we're able to go right back into our 2 notes after we've done this lick. So we bring it right back. That's how we incorporate a lick. And this is one of those licks that, you know, I've done before and I've practiced before, but being able to bracket it with this particular home scenario helps the lick actually have a home, has a place in the song. And as a subtle tone consideration, I'm always playing my home stuff with my bridge pickup. There's a creaminess to it. And then for the lick, I go back to my bridge pickup. I like doing that a lot because I feel like there's a bit of articulation, a brightness that happens with some flurries of speed on the bridge pickup, particularly on this guitar, that I don't necessarily get. With my neck pickup, that I don't necessarily get with my bridge pickup. All right, moving on. We go back home for a little bit. Then we've got, I go back to my my neck pickup, and we incorporate this D major arpeggio, and we consecutive pick it. Then we slide up 2 frets, then we slur down into an E minor arpeggio. So just practicing that motion several times. When you're doing these kind of mini consecutive picking lines, you want to make sure that you're muting with your palm. You're extra conscious about where your palm is in muting the lower string, so you don't get that stuff going on. So get comfortable with that. This is a great way to develop your consecutive picking. I find it's better to work with your consecutive picking in this way than by blowing through full arpeggios. You might be able to get that well at some point, but then when you go to incorporate that into a solo, it's a lot harder if you don't have a context for it. You might get good at something, but improving your technique in the context of real musical ideas, consecutive picking is one of those, is always more effective because you have an immediate outlet to use it, and you're going to practice it more and more efficiently. So take that D arpeggio to E arpeggio and create a loop out of it. Pay careful consideration to how each note comes across. After we do that, this is the last lick that kind of takes us to the end of the solo, and we end sort of away from home, but we've heard that enough to feel like we're not too far away in our journey. So we walk down to our 11th fret, pick those 3 notes, and legato down. So pull off. And then we end on the G. So that whole passage at the end sounds like that. Enjoy learning this solo. Enjoy connecting these different ideas together in a rational musical context based off of only these 2 notes. This is my home. This is where I come back to and connect everything else to. So even more than enjoying the process of learning this solo, my hope is that you're able to go, oh, well, what 2 notes can I use? Oh, I remember I learned this lick over here and this lick over here. Can I incorporate versions of those and adapt them together into a complete musical thought, a complete miniature solo? I hope this inspires you to do so. Again, be sure to download the track and the tabs, and let me know how things are going. Talk to you soon.